Welcome back. Today we're working on a 2024 F250 Lariat, and what we're doing is we are installing a brand new Gen 6 3.0 Whipple Supercharger. It is a stage 2 kit with a big 132 throttle body. This is a complete kit, comes with everything you need to install, including a flashing tool. So let's get to work. So this F250 actually comes with a 7.3 Godzilla engine, which came out back in 2020. And if you see my previous videos, I actually installed one of these engines into my 2009 Crown Vic, and it is Whipple Supercharged. But however, mine does have the Gen 5 3.0 Whipple, and this is the newest technology, which is the Gen 6, more efficient, more power. Let's get it. And don't forget, this kit is available for the 21, 22, and 23 as well. But this is just the newest technology here for the 2024 and up. So as you can see, we got the front clip removed, and I usually put some cardboard or anything to protect these radiators and coolers and stuff like that for power steering and whatnot. But as of right now, we're gonna jump under the hood and start removing the air box and the intake and everything like that. Pulling the plugs, pulling the rails. We're gonna be re-gapping the plugs because this is a brand new truck, so there's no reason to replace the plugs. So we're just gonna pull them out, re-gap them, and put them back in. However, if you do have over 10,000 miles on your truck, Whipple recommends you replace the plugs while you're in there, put some fresh plugs, gap them to spec, and go from there. And by the way, every kit comes with instructions in color printed, but you can also go on the Whipple website and pull the instructions up on your computer or tablet if you need to. So keep in mind, everything's very detailed up to gapping the spark plugs and, you know, putting the O-rings in and torquing everything down. So everything is there. All you need is some basic tools, and you can do this in the garage or bring it to us at MTech Solutions in Arden, North Carolina. You know, these 7.3 engines got so popular in the last 3-4 years that a lot of diesel 6.7 guys actually traded their trucks in to get the 7.3 because it tows just as good, way cheaper maintenance, and you can add the blower if you need the extra power. So it's a very good choice. Also, my favorite Whipple installs are F150 and F250 because there's so much room to work with. Like on the Mustang, yeah, it's fun, but there's just a lot more work to you know, you got to take the whole front bumper off and all that. Just a lot of clips and bolts involved, but with these trucks, it's a super easy install. As long as you follow the manual, you'll be just fine. These new vehicles, I always find a surprise. Like here's a little battery cap from under the intake. So it's interesting the things you find. But there it is. I don't know, but they used to have like this foam piece that would go in here, but I believe you remove it anyways. This truck doesn't have it. I guess it was deleted from the production. So all right, now this truck only has about 200 miles on it, if that. So everything's brand new. I'm just gonna wipe everything down and then change this coolant neck, which I drained the coolant last night. just to kind of prep everything. And I actually went ahead and pre-assembled the fuel rails. I put the brackets on, the spacers, the O-rings, mainly because I wanted to make sure that everything is here, because this is the very first 2024 Gen 6 kit, so I wanted to make sure that I have everything here. And if not, Whipple would just overnight it, so I can have this install done in about 4 hours or so, and we can get this thing programmed and take it on the drive, possibly in this video. If not in this video, it may be in the next one, so stay tuned. There used to be a piece of foam here under the intake, but that was removed from production in 2024, looks like. So next step is the intake is out, and now I get to modify the coolant, which there is a coolant neck that comes with it. Every single bolt, every single screw, every single zip tie is included in this kit and labeled. So literally, if you just want to go over here to the manual and read, and it'll tell you like, hey, you need this size bolt, and everything is labeled and sealed and divided into sections. So as long as you lay everything out, which I recommend, when you get the kit, open up all the boxes, don't trash anything, lay everything out, go through, if you have to go through the packing slip, which is included in the box, count everything before, because you don't want to get to the last thing and you're missing a bolt or screw, which you could probably pick up from a local store. But most of the time, 99.9% of the time, everything is there. It just, I've made mistakes where I sort of threw it in a pile and I was missing a bolt or something, but I found it eventually. So I don't throw anything away. I just pile everything up just in case I am missing something. I go through that trash pile and I find what I need. So keep that in mind. You do have to remove the fan clutch on the 7.3 because you got to remove the water pump pulley to put the Whipple bracket on for the extra idle pulleys. But I wasn't prepared. Smokey went to O'Reilly's. I ran through this tool, but it was useless, so I found this special tool that actually worked great. So if you're doing a 7.3 Whipple install, make sure you have the right fan clutch tool, and it is reverse thread. So to remove it, you actually turn it clockwise. But that's about it. So at this point, we're ready to put the actual supercharger in, and I usually use a topside creeper, but Smokey forgot to bring one, so he's gonna be the topside creeper. We're actually gonna try to lift it from both sides and set it in. What was I saying?
Lift it from.
We're gonna lift it from each side, hopefully with like a step ladder, and try to put it in. But the 7.3 actually already comes assembled, so you don't have to remove the lid or anything because it gets bolted down on the sides, and that's actually convenient. But it is a little bit heavier this way because the cooler and everything is in there. But let's get it in there.
Putting on the battery, so hopefully it doesn't touch any metal.
Yeah, that's cool. So you're expecting me to put it up there by myself?
Just get ready.
The gaskets. Check.
Sensor should be able to get to.
I'm assuming, unless you want to plug it in. No?
Alright.
You got those tiny hands.
Watch the O-rings. Alright.
Oh, let's do fingers.
Yeah, good.
You sure?
Yeah.
Alright, lower. Alright. Gen 6 3.0 on the 7.3 2024 F250, F350 is officially in. I haven't bolted it down, but it is sitting there. All the gaskets are good. All the hoses are clearing. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and torque everything down and then start reconnecting everything. I haven't pulled the plugs yet, but that's gonna be my next step. And on the 7.3, it's not as bad. They're over there, easy access, especially on the driver's side. Passenger side, there's a few hoses in the way, but it's nothing crazy. film that part, but don't forget to put oil in your supercharger. I did that yesterday when I was prepping everything, and it does come with oil. It's just not filled. It's 4 ounces of Whipple oil that needs to go in the back of the supercharger, and you do Whipple does recommend you change that oil every 100,000 miles. It does suck because you gotta pull the blower out, but it's not as bad because everything's already in place. You just gotta unbolt the blower, unhook a few things, and it comes right out. And it's only every 100,000 miles. As far as the belt and the spark plugs, Whipple recommends actually every 25,000 miles. And make sure you gap them to spec. And this is my favorite color that you can get on a Whipple Supercharger. I love it. It fits on any vehicle. This is a black F250, but that color just pops as soon as you open the hood. You know, it's just wow. It's nice. Order the 7.3 Whipple Supercharger. You need to make sure you know if you have a single alternator, which I have in this case, or a dual. Our kit did come with 2 belts because we didn't know if we're gonna have a single or dual. I don't think all the kits will come with double the belt because that would just be a waste. So make sure you know if you have a single or a dual alternator. And keep in mind, follow the manual how to tension it, because you do have the original tensioner here still, and then you have the Whipple tensioner. So you want to open up the OEM temperature, or you want to open up the OEM tensioner all the way and then push the Whipple tensioner down as far as you can, tighten the bolt on the Whipple tensioner, and then release. And that's the right way to tighten your belt. I want to mention this: if you are for some reason missing parts or there's a broken part in your kit, don't waste your time and post it on Facebook and asking random people. Just call Whipple directly. They'll send you replace part overnight if they have to, but they'll get you squared away. Believe me, Facebook will not send you the broken or missing part, so don't waste your time. So this completes the install on the 24 F250 7.3 Godzilla. This is the Gen 6 3.0 Whipple Supercharger. And I think we're ready to fire this thing up. I've got the coolant, both of the coolant system topped off. As you know, Whipple has its own cooling system powered by a Bosch pump that pumps really fast, and it's quiet and it keeps everything cool. So that being said, I think we're ready to fire. First time ever on the 24. Let's go. So this thing is still bubbling. It's gonna burp a few times here and there, but we're just gonna... And there she is. Well, we got her up to full temp. The coolant levels are perfect. Everything is running good. No codes. This thing is ready for a test drive. Unfortunately, it's not going to be in this video because we got to do a couple more things. But that's what you get in a kit, is everything. It's plug and play. You don't have to modify anything. It's just install with some basic tools. You don't need anything special. Anyone can do this. So don't wait. Place your order. 2021 and up. 7.3 Godzilla with a Gen 6 Whipple Supercharger. Let's go. Later. short little drive to the gas station to top it off with 93 and make sure there's no leaks. Can't do a wide open just yet, but this thing is running and driving flawlessly with no codes. Install complete.